EA Sports coming to you now from the foot of the Rockies in Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And out across midfield down to the 45.
To Tyler Lockett.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And the Seahawks.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does. And
all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 45 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Broncos nothing. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. Clock now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
Lock on the give. It's Lindsay. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
3rd and 10.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Block working out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. They do go for it. It's Locke. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Locke. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that is incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Shaquille Griffin on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Broncos nothing.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
25 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And the Seahawks.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Broncos.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Jackson on the coverage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 26-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4. They run for it with Carson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Wilson. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. From the gun, Locke goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 49-yard.
Operating from the gun, Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And unable to connect. Incomplete. We'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to take another shot here. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Seahawks.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Spencer will... elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. His way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On the play brings up 3rd and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Jerry Jeudy, 69 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On 1st down, Wilson. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. from the shotgun. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Wilson. Steps away. And he's going to keep it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Intended for Jerry Judy.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
There defensively.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another first down. From the 13 now they work on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13.
On 1st and 10 it's Lindsey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Griffin.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Drew Locke on target to Jerry Judy. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
25 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Play action. Now it's Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
13 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pass is Kareem Jackson on the coverage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Returnable for Spencer. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Now this time, Locke will throw. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
2nd and 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
At the 5-yard line.
Again, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Wilson connects with Tyler Lockett. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Dorsett's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Duke Dawson picks it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Brandon McManus lining up up for the extra point.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
21.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Now Wilson on first down, eluding the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Dorsett making the catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He's back to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it.
You gotta feel it,
and he's
man.
across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Touchdown.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 31, Broncos 28. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now McManus for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Broncos 35, Seahawks 31. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Today's final score.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.